that nobody talks about in the US because money is supposed to be the root of all evil.
Yeah, you shared a statistic with me that I thought was mind-blowing, that 62% of Americans don't want to talk about money.
Yeah.
That is so scary, but it's also not surprising because, like you just said, we've created this narrative that money is the root of all evil. And it was so fascinating because someone actually said this to me, where if you look up the actual reference, it says love of money is the root of all evil.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
How did we, I mean, I do wonder sometimes, how do we get programmed these ways? Because if you think about it, it's like, what are the three things you're not supposed to talk about? Politics, religion, money. Now, politics and religion, maybe I could understand. You could offend somebody. I believe this religion, you believe this political slant. And if we could collide, that could be bad. But when it comes to money, who's like, no, I wish everybody was poor. Like, why wouldn't we be able to talk about it? And the only thing that I can determine from that is that every time we get a little bit more ownership, a little bit more money, we become harder to control. And when you're harder to control, big institutions and largely our governments, they don't like that. You know, you want a controllable populace by and large. And I think that is a big reason why people don't talk about money. It's actually that we have been programmed to be more malleable sheep in many ways, not because people are evil at the top, but because once we get power, we humans are a little funny. We don't like to give it up. No matter who we are, I would probably be the same. And so that centralization of power, we start to think, I know better. You poor person, let me give you some charity. You can't figure it out. And instead, we should be saying, you are just as capable as I am, and I would probably be you if I lived your life. And so instead, why don't I transfer some knowledge, because that's where money starts.